Episode 4. The Law of Compulsive Behavior. The Patterns that we own them. They smile like everyone else. They talk like everyone else. But something feels off. They say they've changed. They promise they've healed. But weeks later, you're back in the same argument, with the same person, repeating the same ending. Why? Because most people don't change. They repeat. They are ruled by unconscious patterns. Invisible scripts that play over and over again. Scripts they never wrote and never questioned. You don't need to fight these people. You don't need to fix them. You only need to learn how to read the script. This is the law of compulsive behavior. And by the end of this episode, you'll never see people the same way again. Imagine a man named Alex. Every job he takes ends the same way. Help, it begins with passion, enthusiasm, charm. He makes everyone like him. Then the whispers begin. He misses a deadline, deflects blame, picks fights. 6 months in, he quits or gets fired, always with a story. They never respected me. Now zoom out. This isn't about Alex. This is about everyone you've ever met, because humans don't really choose their behavior. They repeat it. The man who sabotages love before he's left. The woman who chooses men who abandon her. The friend who always becomes the victim. They're not thinking. They're reenacting, like actors caught in a role written in childhood. Our patterns begin where our pain begins. When we're children, we're powerless. We don't understand why people hurt us. So our minds invent stories to survive. If mom was cold, we learn to overachieve for attention. If dad was angry, we learn to please or disappear. These responses become habits, then identities, then destinies. We don't grow up. We repeat childhood, with new names, new faces, but the same emotional loop. Worse, the more pain we feel, the more we double down on the pattern, because the mind would rather feel familiar pain than unknown peace. That's the trap of compulsion. So how do you recognize it? How do you know if someone's acting or reacting? There are signs, subtle but unmistakable. 1. The escalating loop. Every conflict ends the same way. Different day, different excuse, same story. 2. Emotional overreactions. They explode over small things because they're not responding to you, they're responding to an old wound. 3. Self-sabotage disguised as fate. I just have bad luck. I always attract the wrong people. No, that's the pattern talking. 4. The victim-villain switch. When they're exposed, they cry. When they're questioned, they rage. Compulsive people never take real accountability because they can't see themselves. Why don't they stop? Why don't they break the pattern? Simple, because the pattern is invisible to them. To stop compulsive behavior, they'd have to admit they've been sleepwalking, that their identity isn't real, that everything they've blamed on the world was inside them all along. That kind of awakening is terrifying. So instead, they deny, they blame, they reframe, and they repeat. Even when you show them the pattern, they'll accuse you of being toxic. Because you're not just threatening their ego, you're threatening their entire identity. So what do you do? How do you protect yourself from compulsive people? Step 1. Watch patterns, not promises. Anyone can say they've changed, but words mean nothing if behavior doesn't follow. Step 2. Learn their script. Notice the triggers. Notice when they flip, when they run, when they blame. These are not random. They are scenes in their play. Step 3. Don't take the bait. They'll provoke you. They'll try to pull you into the cycle. Refuse to play the role they've written for you. Step 4. Exit the stage. If the play always ends in tragedy, stop auditioning. Your job is not to heal someone who refuses to admit they're sick. But here's the hardest truth. We all have patterns. You, me, everyone. So ask yourself, who do I always become when I feel rejected? Wait, what wound am I reenacting in my relationships? Hurt me that I'm still trying to win over in someone else. Awareness is the first step. Not blame, not shame, just awareness. When you recognize your own patterns, You stop being the actor and start becoming the author. People don't change because you love them. They change when they finally get tired of the loop. Until then, protect your peace, honor your awareness, and let them repeat their script without you in it. Because once you understand the law of compulsive behavior, you stop getting surprised. You start getting free. This was episode 4, the patterns that we own them. Next, the law of covetousness, why they want what you and what they'll do to get it. Subscribe, reflect, and most of all, break your pattern.